Let's just jump right in with a big question, shall we? Are our schools actually built for the world our kids are living in right now? Or are they kind of stuck in a time that doesn't really exist anymore? Today, we're going to look at a powerful vision for what education could be. Okay, get this. This quote is from 1968. 1968. Let that sink in for a second. For more than half a century, we've known that kids spend about half their school day just waiting for the bell, waiting for the teacher, basically waiting for their education to start. This isn't some new issue. It's been baked into the system for a very, very long time. And this chart just lays it all out so clearly. On one side, you have the skills of the 20th century classroom. Memorize this, follow that rule, work by yourself. But on the other side, that's the world we actually live in, a world that demands we think for ourselves, work together, and lead. That giant gap between those two columns, well, that's where millions of students are getting left behind. And that really gets to the heart of it. This isn't about blaming teachers or saying schools are failing. It's a design problem. Our school system was designed for the industrial age, for assembly lines and standardized everything. But that world, it's gone. The blueprint for our schools, though, hasn't really changed. So what's the real-world cost of using that outdated blueprint? It's this number, 1.2 million. Every single year in the U.S., that's how many students don't graduate high school in 4 years. It's just a staggering loss of human potential. And here's the tough part. This problem doesn't hit everyone the same way. It creates what some researchers call dropout factories, and you can see that grim reality right here. For African American and Latino students, the rate of not graduating in 4 years is nearly 40%. It's a crisis. Okay, so if the old model is obsolete, what's the fix? Well, there's a powerful framework out there called deeper learning, and it's all about redesigning school for the century we're actually living in. So what is it, really? At its core, deeper learning is about getting kids ready for a complex world. It's not just about cramming facts for a test. I mean, yeah, mastering the core subjects is still key, but it's also about learning how to think critically, how to work with others, and, this is the big one, how to take charge of your own education. You can think of these as the 6 pillars that hold the whole thing up. And what's so interesting here is that mastering content is just step 1. It's the foundation, for sure, but the real transformation, the real magic, happens with the other 5. It's all about how you learn, not just what you learn. All right, so how do you actually build a school that does this? Well, it all starts with the first strategy, connect. This is about turning a school from just a building into a true learning community. Imagine this. At a school in Minnesota called Avalon, they kick off the year by asking every single student this question. It's so simple, but it's totally revolutionary. How often do we ever stop and ask kids what they're genuinely curious about? This one question changes the whole dynamic from day one. And right after that, they ask this one. I love this because it just flips the whole script. Instead of focusing on what kids don't know, it starts by asking, what do you already bring to the table? It recognizes that every student walks in with a unique set of talents. And you will not believe the answers they get. I mean, look at this list. It's all over the map in the best possible way. And just like that, you realize the classroom isn't just a room with one teacher. It's a whole network of experts and learners. The kid who wants to learn Russian can connect with the kid who already speaks it. It's brilliant. This teacher, Gus Goodwin, just nails it with this quote. It's about this huge shift in responsibility. The teacher is no longer the only source of knowledge in the room. Learning becomes something you do with each other, not something that's done to you. So once you've built that connected community, what's next? Well, the second big strategy is to empower. It's all about putting students in the driver's seat of their own education. You know, this isn't some newfangled idea. This is ancient wisdom. We've always known that real, lasting understanding comes from doing things, not just hearing about them. And deeper learning schools are built on this very principle. And check out this example. It's awesome. Instead of just reading a chapter about energy in a textbook, these 8th graders are getting their hands dirty. They're tackling a real-world engineering problem, designing and building their own wind turbines. And when they finally see that little LED light up, that's a lesson they will never forget. This idea of empowerment even changes something as fundamental as the parent-teacher conference. On the left, you've got the old way, right? The adults talk about the student. But look at the deeper learning way. It's a student-led conference. The student is running the show, presenting their own work, talking about their own progress. It's a total game changer. And this is so, so important. In this kind of school, the first draft is just that, a start. It's all about revision, getting feedback, and making your work better and better. The goal isn't just to get a grade and be done with it. The goal is mastery. And along the way, students learn to be resilient. They learn that creating something great takes real effort. So you see what's happening here? When you combine these powerful strategies, connecting a community and empowering students, a totally new vision for what school can be starts to take shape. The whole point is to make this the new normal. Now we've really dug into the first two strategies, connect and empower. But they're part of a bigger picture. Here's a quick look at all six. It's also about tying school to the real world, reaching beyond the classroom walls, and using technology in smart ways to make learning even better. At the end of the day, what this does is completely transform the role of school. It stops being a one-way delivery system where teachers just pour information into students' heads. Instead, it becomes this dynamic, exciting experience where teachers get to mentor, inspire, and truly engage their students. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. What if school wasn't just a place you had to go? What if it was a community you actually wanted to be a part of? A place you were excited to go to every single day? What would that change? For you, for our kids, for everyone? Something to think about.